Hi everyone, I'm Bagadon at Stockmarketcaddie.com, and today is September 13th at about 12:54. It's a Sunday afternoon, and you're looking at what is called a Renko chart. Renko charts are what is considered a price chart, as opposed to operating on time, which is what most people use at time charts. Renkos are forming purely on the basis of price. Time is recorded so that you can know when something happened, but their movement, their up and down movement, is not based on time at all. It is based purely on price. Green bricks, prices are going up. Red bricks, prices are going down. Now, they're a beautiful way to trade, not just Renkos, but point and figure, range bars, what we call price charts. And in point and figure, they don't call these bricks, they call them boxes. When you go to set these, whether you're using them, this is on an ES futures contract, you can also use these on stocks. And let me give you an example. Let's pick Amazon, and let's punch in Amazon, AMZN. And we will put in what we believe to be the recommended brick size. Let's say you're a swing trader. The recommended brick size is 19. I'm going to explain that in a minute if you are a swing trader. I'm going to let that populate. It'll take a moment. There we go. So if you were a swing trader, and this is July 27th, 31st, the 7th, the 12th. So time is recorded, but they're not time dependent. So this certainly looks to be an uptrend. Little breakdown here, but maybe as prices were advancing, you wanted to be buying calls, and as prices are descending, maybe you don't want to buy calls anymore. Maybe you want to just sit out, or maybe you want to be buying puts. Now, these are very, very big moves. If you were to have shorted right in here, which is an area where, well, in fact, let me show you one other thing. This is not what I had intended to show everybody, but I thought I would go ahead. We have created what we call the C point. These are not just pivot dots. They are higher pivot dots. When they're making higher highs, they actually turn green. So when you see a collection of green, you probably want to be buying. When you see a collection of red, you might want to be selling. Now, the real trick, or the real challenge, is what size do you make the bricks? If you are an intraday trader, if the bricks are too big, you won't get a chance to see any trades. If you make them too small, you may trade too frequently. If you are a swing trader, what size, that is, someone who wants to trade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, what size do you make the bricks? If you make them too small, once again, you might trade too frequently. If you are an investor, what size do you make the bricks? You don't want to trade every few minutes. You don't want to trade every few days. You might only want to trade every few months. In fact, let's change the brick size. And I'm going to change the brick size. And you're probably saying, well, how does he know what size bricks? Well, I'm going to show you that in a moment. But for an investor, the recommended brick size for Amazon, and this could be for anything, is 38 bricks. And we're going to let this populate. Okay, now this is still Amazon. It's sized at 38 points per brick. This goes all the way back to March 17th. This is March 17th of, yes, this year. So this would have been a buy, sell. So you would have been buying all this ways up with your calls, and here you would have wanted to sell. If you entered here as a short, for instance, let's just say you came in here, that is 1840 some odd. If you took it all the way up to here, that's 3,300. How would that have worked for you? How about here? Here's a smaller trade. You get short. Let's say you got short right in here, right after the red dot. That is 31.31. And let's say you took it down to even here. That's 29. That's a couple hundred points. Even here. Now there wasn't a buy signal here. This was still operating under a short, and then buy signal, buy signal. And now what is Amazon doing? It is now stepping down. So I've deliberately kept you in suspenders. You're saying, well, how did you know to set the brick size at that size? Did you just guess at it? Well, it's true. Garbage in, garbage out. We are systematic traders, and you have to understand the systems that you're using to get something meaningful onto a chart. Now this could be not just Renkos. If you use point and figures, you can apply the same thing. So let me show you what we have created for our members. Okay, this is SMC is for Stockmarketcaddie. Stockmarketcaddie, Renko, brick, and point and figure box. Okay, brick and box dynamic calculator. Oh, so here you can simply plug in the ES contract, and it will tell us the interval doesn't really apply to us, but we need to have an interval, so it needs to calculate off of something. The intraday trader brick size for trading the ES in today's market is 4 points. That brick value is $199.80. It's important to understand the brick value. Maybe that's too much. Maybe you need to use, 5 micros as opposed to a full mini to cut, not the brick size down. So you don't want to be careful not to cut the brick size down, but to cut down the size of your bet. The daily swing trader brick size, if you are a daily swing trader brick size, it's recommended to be at basically 19.98. You can be that specific, and you can see what the brick value would be. And then if you are an investor brick size, it's 39. And so we can do this. Let's pick something. Well, Bagger, what about when it's a fractional like the euro or even the U.S. Treasury? Here's the U.S. Treasury intraday. It's 7/30 seconds. Here it's 1.057 and 2.115. Now you can round these off to your increment size, certainly. But here is the EC, the euro. Gives you the fraction, and it's a fractional size, but it also tells you the brick size. Now for Amazon, where did I get those values? Amazon, on an intraday basis, if you are trading Amazon on an intraday basis, you would want to be using a brick size of approximately 3.81. If you are trading it on a daily swing trade, probably about 19. And if you are an investor, there's the 38. Tesla, it's 45 cents intraday. On a daily swing, if that's the type of trading you want to put on, the size of your bet is 2.22 or 2.25. An investor, it's $4.45. And so forth, or Zoom, or whatever you want to plug in. Let's plug something in together. Let's say, for the heck of it, let's pick a popular stock. How about Goog? Let's put Goog in. There it is, Goog. If you're trading Goog on an intraday basis, $1.84 would be an appropriate brick size. If you want to trade it on a swing basis, about $9, 9 to 10. Investor, about 18. And you can do the same thing on the futures. Plug in any futures you want. Now you can certainly try to modify this around the edges And you can certainly plug in your strategy and do a little optimization around there. But this brick size is based upon two important considerations. It's based upon the size of the index or the price of the share. If a share is trading like Amazon is at 3,000, it's going to be much different than, let's say, Zoom trading at 400 or Penn trading at less than 100. It's going to naturally be different. But there's also another very, very important criteria. If the volatility of whatever it is you're trading is increasing, the volatility is increasing, what do you want to do with your brick size? Do you want it to get bigger or smaller? You want the brick size to increase. When volatility increases, the brick size must increase to keep your trading in check and to slow down. When volatility is coming in, what do you want your brick size or box size to do? You want it to get smaller so that you can see the resolution and you can get the trades and react. This is what the dynamic calculator does on a daily basis. Now, you may not change the brick size from day to day on Amazon or on the ES, but you've got a really good starting place, and you've got an automatic calculator that'll tell you how much each brick is worth. And we will soon have something that'll be, you can put right on the chart that'll calculate whatever brick size you've put in. You'll know what that is worth. Of course, when you're trading stocks, the brick size is dollars and cents, pretty easy, but for futures, they're leveraged, so this is an automatic calculation. That's what that's about if you're not familiar with futures. I'm Bagadon at Stockmarketcaddie.com. If this sort of approach, this sort of scientific, mechanical, thoughtful approach appeals to you, feel free to give us a call at 813-758-8263. As a member, as a member to Stockmarketcaddie and as an annual member, this technology, everything that we create, is available to you and available to sit on your computer. And once you join, you're joined. You don't, there are not additional costs. Feel free to give us a call. We wish you the best this week. And whether you're trading Renkos or point and figure or range bars, really important to get the sizing right. Because if you don't, no matter what strategy you have, garbage in, garbage out, you're gonna find it a hard way to go. Good luck.